In high school I had several horses that I kind of funneled through and would fix and then sell or trade and do different things so that I could kind of keep going and make a little money here and there. But when this horse I told you about, I sold him, and then we rolled into the next one that I got to win the award and everything. And at the same time, I had bought a mare. A girlfriend of mine had taken me to look at I wanted to raise another colt, and so we went and she took me to a place where they were selling off some horses and stuff, and they were, this mare was really aggressive. She was like in a pen of about 20 brood mares, and she was so mean that, all the rest of the horses were like standing in the corner, and she was all fat and dappled out and everything, and she was cheap. I got her for $500, and that's like the big story. Everybody knows that. And so I bought her and brought her home, and we waited for that baby to be born. We were so excited, and that was Rocky. And when he was born, we even had naming contests, and I lived in town right on the corner where everybody would drive by, and I had the little pasture, and everybody was so excited to see the baby, and it was a thrill, and anyway, so I would take him with me when he got a little older, tie him to the trailer and leave him there, and just that's what I've always done with my young horses. Is I go to compete on one, I'll take another young one along and just kind of get them started seeing things. And so as a 4-year-old, my goal was to have him ready for the Houston Livestock Show, the quarter horse show. And so I took him, and we ended up winning that year. And it was just, from then on, I kept thinking, oh, it's a fluke. And I just kept going with them. And I won a trailer. I got pregnant that year, and I won a trailer. I was 5 months pregnant. I didn't want to get off, and I kept going, and I ran at a futurity, and then we had something happen at that futurity, so we came back, and then made it to the World Show. And at the World Show, he stumbled on his run and at the first barrel, and so I just kind of quit and got through it. And I just looked like a little fat girl at the World Show. I never got huge. It was just like a little ball right here. And so I was 7 months pregnant then, and I just wore a little vest, and most people didn't even really know I was pregnant. So a couple of months later, I had my daughter Kenna, and so I kind of had to start over and everything. But I went ahead and got my permit and filled it when he was 6. And then I kind of would go back and forth and just sort of train myself on being competitive at different levels and getting to where I didn't care what anybody else thought, or and just work on what I needed to work on. And then eventually we just kind of steamrolled, and one year I said, you know what, I think I'm going to try it. I'm going to go for it. I'm going to completely set my goal on making the NFR. And we did. And I surround myself with positive people that believe in me and that allow me to be down at times, but we can turn things around and think of things in a more positive way, and I think that's really important. I try to create value in everything that happens, and so to me that's a real important way of looking at life. Our first year we made the NFR, we got reserve champion, runner-up to Charmaine James. The second year we were on track to win it, and an unfortunate accident happened with Darlene Casper's horse and then my horse Rocky, which cost us our world championship. So we ended up reserve again. And then the next year we won our first world title, which was incredible and indescribable, and the same thing with the second time we won it. We won back-to-back world championships in 2004 and 2005.